What's up everyone, Zero here. So I wanted to put together a quick video just to break down the Paragon board very simply, because I noticed a lot of people were saying that they didn't know how to do it, or I noticed a couple people were new, and so I just wanted to show a really simple way to do this because it's really not complicated at all. The Paragon board is broken down into 4 parts. So you have the normal nodes, which just give stats. You have your magic nodes, which just give a base bonus. You have your rare nodes, which give a base bonus plus an additional bonus if the stat requirement's met. And then you have your glyphs, which go in the glyph sockets. So these glyphs give you a bonus based on either a stat, or they bump up the rare nodes around them, or the magic nodes. And then if you meet the stat requirement of the glyph, it gives you an additional bonus as well. So what I do is on the starter board, I'll usually pull up a website like D4 Builds, because if you go to their build planner, you can see that they show you which boards have the most of which stats. So for instance, on the starter board, it'll say like 75 strength up in the left corner, 39 willpower, 39 dexterity, and then 10 intellect. I believe that's what it is, if I remember correctly. So obviously then I'll want to go with a strength or dexterity or willpower glyph. Typically you would want a strength one, but since I'm making a bleeding thorns build with this, I just decided to put the dexterity one in there. And then you can go path from there. So what I'll do, just to make it really simple, I'll look at the shape of the board. There's a couple different shapes that they have. Sometimes the legendary node will be very far away from the glyph, like across the board. Sometimes it'll be very close, like this. So you can kind of path without wasting a bunch of Paragon points. If the legendary node is far away from the glyph socket, what I'll do is I'll put that board, if I'm trying to get that legendary node, I will put that board second, and I will flip it around like this, so that the glyph's here and the legendary node's up here. So that way I can path real quick to the left and then come up here to my second and third. I'll put the glyph socket in the bottom left corner, so that way I can path down and grab this legendary, so I don't have to path all the way across the board and waste a bunch of Paragon points. So it's just a quick tip just to make it really simple and save you some points when you are doing your path. The rare nodes have a stat requirement. So for instance, these 2 rare nodes right here have a willpower and a dexterity requirement to get the additional bonus. So I'll make sure when I'm doing the path that I'm picking a good amount of dexterity and willpower. So that way I can make sure that I reach these stat requirements on the rare nodes. Because you want to make sure you get as much bonus as you can from these nodes, because they're pretty powerful. You also want to make sure, you want to cross-reference with the website that you're using, that you are using the best board for those stats. So for instance, on this one, I wanted to pick a board that had a good amount of willpower, so that way I could get the most increased bleeding damage out of this glyph. Just a quick video to kind of explain it. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. So keep in mind that the more boards you add, the more stat requirements you're going to have on these rare nodes. So you want to make sure that you put the rare nodes that you're trying to get sooner in your board setup, so that way you can make sure you get all the bonuses from those rare nodes. So just a brief overview. Make sure to position your glyph sockets correctly so that you can grab the legendary nodes that you're trying to get without wasting too many Paragon points. You want to make sure that you're getting your stat requirements during your path so that you can get your additional bonuses on your rare nodes. Also keep in mind that the stats go up with every board, so that way you can make sure to position your rare nodes earlier in the board so you can get the additional bonuses. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's across the board for all classes, because Blizzard decided to make all the Paragon board shapes pretty much the same. So there's nothing really different with any of the classes. Some classes have more powerful legendary nodes, so it can be a little bit challenging to pick which one you want, or pick which one's going to work best, so you kind of just have to test it out. But yeah, I hope that helps a little bit with explaining how to do it. It's really not complicated. Just test it out and see how things work, and then you can move things around. Since they kind of fixed the respecing and stuff, you can just hit one button and respec the whole thing over again. So yeah, that's it. If that helps you at all, please consider subscribing. And yeah, stay tuned for more content. Peace.